I got my first iPhone in 2010, back when it still looked like this. I've only used iPhones, but today I finally did it. I picked up the S26 Ultra, and honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Now, I think it's important to note here that I'm going into this completely blind. Like, I legitimately have never used an Android phone before, and other than watching a few videos on YouTube and just seeing some other friends who post about it, I don't really know what to expect. The whole point of this is just to try it. Like, I obviously do a lot of tech reviews and I get the iPhone every year and I'm heavily involved in this space. And I feel like if anything, if all of this fails and I hate using this or I love using this, the most important thing I want to get out of this is just understanding why people love it so much. Now, there's nothing wrong with the iPhone. Like, I wouldn't call myself trapped in the ecosystem. Yeah, I'm heavily weaved into it, so I guess in a way, maybe I am a little bit, but everything works with the iPhone for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm necessarily just missing out on all this stuff, but I'm just curious. What is it to these phones that really makes it what they are? Why do people swear by Android over iPhone? Now, there were a few things timing wise for this video that kind of caught my eye. Like, one being, I'm planning to switch back to my PC as my main computer for a while. I've seen that you can use Parsec on an Android device. You can't do that on the iPhone, at least not that I'm aware of, and I've tried it before. So if I can implement that into being able to access my files and access my computer while I'm gone, that would be huge alone. I want to check out the camera. It looks amazing. 200 megapixels on this is bonkers. Whether you'll actually see that or not in a phone resolution, I'm not sure. I'm going to test that out. People say the multitasking in Android is a lot better than on iPhone. So I'm excited to test this out and just kind of use it in my daily life and see if it's realistic to kind of implement into that. And I'll be fully transparent. I do not plan on just going cold turkey and holding only this phone for the next 30 days. Like, I'm going to just have this with me and see how it naturally integrates into my life. I'm gonna unbox this and we'll start from there. Step one to the first day of my life as an Android user. Is the Ultra, does that just mean it's the biggest one? I didn't even check on the sizing of that. Maybe Ultra, I thought Ultra just meant it was the fastest phone, but I guess it's the biggest too. And I have a 12 Pro Max here and they're similar. All right, shout out to me for not doing the research on that. Again, like literally I went into this pretty blind and I just assumed that the Ultra meant that it was ultra fast. So that's my bad, but it's okay. I'll get used to that. But it is pretty light, it's not too bad. Oh baby. Yeah. I don't know if I'll get used to this stylus. That seems like something I would lose. Let's put that to the side and see what else comes in this. I mean, the packaging is obviously like any other phone's packaging, minimal, which I assume the only thing I'm going to get from this is a cable. Yep, there's a cable in here and an eSIM tool. All right, let's go. I feel like dark mode is it just has to be dark mode. There's one thing I do know I need to change. This was something I saw on YouTube. Settings, where's settings? Nope, that's Google search. Settings, display. This is one feature. That's crazy. Wait, what? Okay, that's cool. This right here. Why in the world would Samsung do this? Like, why is this the standard? Is it just for battery life? Why do you have to go into your settings to change it to the max resolution? That doesn't make any sense to me, but oh, the screen does look pretty nice. I mean, that's pretty good. All right, so I have it all set up now, and I guess I just need to take some time and kind of figure out what I need to do to set this up in a way that's going to feel more seamless and feel more like the iPhone. Not that I want it to completely mimic the iPhone, obviously, but I know there are some apps that kind of help with that. File transfer apps, iMessaging apps, stuff like that. So I'm very curious to just see the ways you can kind of blend them into each other. All right, so a bit of a cool discovery here. I thought for some reason you needed a third-party app to do this, but Quick Share just lets you use AirDrop, and you can send it to your MacBook or your iPhone, and it just works like that. So that's nice, because that was one of the biggest things that I was hesitant about, just because I send files from my phone to my computer all the time. So it's nice to know that you can just do it here. Boom. Nice job, Android. All right, so here's a quick test of the camera. I'm just shooting in 4K 30 right now. At first I thought that I couldn't shoot 24 frames per second. And then I realized there's an entire pro video mode in here, and it's cool that it's all built into it. You can adjust your shutter speed, ISO. I'm at 1x zoom right now. Let's go up to 0.6, back to 1, 2, 3, oh boy. 5, oh gosh, okay. I think you get the idea. This horizon lock feature is also pretty cool. It's a bit of a gimmick, but you can literally just twist your phone and it's gonna stay on you. Kind of fun. I think most of today is just going to be me getting this phone set up, downloading the apps that I need to download. The Google connectivity to this is always nice because I have all my stuff on Google, so it pretty much downloaded all of the apps that I use on like my smart TV and on my computer or anything. So it hasn't been too bad in that regard as far as getting my emails set up and my YouTube accounts set up, all of that. One thing I don't like is the unlock here. Like with my iPhone, you know, you tap it and you have your face recognition. I need to figure out how to set up the tap. I don't like that you can't just do this to start it. You have to tap it to like wake it up, and then it opens up. Another video I plan to make for the iPhone is cleaning it up. Look at how just terrible my iPhone is. I've been meaning to clean this. I have so many apps that I don't need on here, apps that I download and use once. This is just the first video of hopefully a couple videos that I'll put out of just my experience using this more and more. What I hope to get out of this is just seeing how it can implement into my daily life and see if it either helps, hurts, or just like doesn't do anything compared to the iPhone. Now, like I said, I'm going into this blind, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can as I go. And you guys, obviously, who are watching this probably know so much more than I do about this Android. So I would love some advice in the comments. People who have used iPhones and have either fully switched or just used them both side by side. I'd love to hear your thoughts on like what you've done to kind of implement the two, or how you use them both simultaneously. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with this. It could be nothing, or it could be a smashing success. You don't know unless you try, and that's exactly why I'm trying this. It's not that I need to try it, I just want to try it. So that's going to be it for this video. This is just a quick kind of unboxing and setup video, not too much information as far as my experience with it yet. So if you want to follow along with the journey and see how this goes, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'm planning to put out a couple videos about this. And yeah, I'm curious. Could be good, could be bad. We won't know until we try it. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.